Yo, howdy all, grab yourself a drink, it's time for some Path of Exile discussion. Patch 3.18.1b went live today. This had a couple of changes to microtransactions that are mostly quality of life oriented, but one of them is a definite improvement to Kirax Vault. Side note, if you're interested in getting Kirax Vault and also supporting the charity Able Gamers at the same time, who do a lot of work in helping increase accessibility for disabled people to play video games, then there'll be some information on that later in the video. Additionally, there are some changes to stackable items that drop from Metamorphs, which will now drop stacked, and there's been a couple of instance crashes that have been fixed. There's also one balance change that is mostly aimed at preventing players from flashbanging each other in groups. So let's start with the balance change, and that is Arcane Buffer. Arcane Buffer is a monster modifier that can be gained through players through the use of Headhunter, Replica Headhunter, and Inspired Learning. Whenever you go from having Energy Shield to having no Energy Shield, Arcane Buffer releases a pulse of energy around you. This stuns and knocks back enemies, and it's also really, really bright. If you wanted to be a troll, what you did was you engineered your character in such a way that you had, let's say, 6,000 life and only about 10 points of maximum energy shield. Then you activated Righteous Fire or Blood Rage, so you're constantly losing life, and then you used a jewel that caused you to instantly gain 2 or 3 energy shield whenever you hit an enemy. This combination of mods would then cause you to light up like a Christmas tree on the middle of everyone else's screen in your group. And whilst it wasn't all that strong as a combat trick, it was definitely very visually obnoxious. So that's the reason that that's been fixed. The second change that was made was a couple of quality of life changes to microtransactions, whereby things that you've already bought will no longer appear in-game. So they won't be in the store in-game. So that's things like hideouts, where you can only purchase one of them anyway. The third thing that I think people will be more interested in with microtransactions relates to Kirax Vault and various one-handed weapons that are in there. When Kirax Vault was introduced in 3.17, it included 2 weapons that people don't traditionally dual wield, Paradoxica being one of them and Mjolnir being the other. Now these can be dual wielded, but most players don't do so. They use them in conjunction with a shield, especially with shields being as strong as they are in modern day Path of Exile. 3.18 introduced 2 new weapons, one which also joins that category, Arakaali's Fang, but one Void Battery, which is almost exclusively dual wielded. And so the Mystic Void Battery skin was something that players thought was basically no value at all, because why would you use one of them and then one normal Void Battery? Well, this has been fixed, and now you can get 2 copies of any of these weapons. So if you unlock the Paradoxica and Mjolnir in the past, or if you've unlocked the Arakaali's Fang and or Void Battery this league, then you will be able to get a second copy of those. They'll already be in the microtransactions that your character has in-game. Now, if you are interested in getting Kirax Vault, I have an affiliate link on my Nexus store to a spot where you can get them. Additionally, for the next week, I'm going to be donating 30% of my cut. Now, that's not 30% of purchase price, that's 30% of my affiliate cut will be going to the Able Gamers charity. I usually do 16%, but I thought I would roughly double it for a week just to give them an extra little boost during this period that I think more people might be interested in getting Kirax Vault. Anyway, that's all I've got on this. May your Varlorbs have interesting results, and I will see you around.